Meanwhile, a virtual town hall tonight hosted by local Black Lives Matter group Free the People Rock, exploring alternatives to policing. Christian Garzone watched and reports back. Now he joins us in the studio. Christian?
Adam, this was another discussion, one of many in recent months, on reimagining policing. Speakers earlier said there are programs here now in the country to deal with mental health arrests like Prude's, but how do we get them in Rochester and how do we fund them?
Again, many people across the country have now been aware of the incident of Daniel Prude and what happened with the Rochester Police Department.
Local speakers and those from other parts of the U.S. talked about the mental health crisis behind the arrest of Daniel Prude back in March. The biggest question being raised: are the police the proper agency to respond to these emergencies? From Rochester and beyond, they say it's a national crisis.
We also want to stop devastating situations like this from ever happening again.
Stevie Vargas with Citizen Action of New York says that includes trained professionals, not armed police, responding to substance abuse disorders, the homeless, and those who are mentally ill. It's about reimagining what policing looks like and alternatives to incarceration, healing instead of punishment.
What we want is to shift resources that have been used to criminalize our communities into the kinds of things that will make them healthier and safe.
Melanie Funches says she wants to see trained professionals deal with these calls who are familiar with certain neighborhoods and groups of people. Some parts of the country are already doing that, like in Eugene, Oregon, with crisis assistants helping out on the streets, or CAHOOTS, a program Tim Black is a part of.
CAHOOTS teams are made up of a crisis worker and an EMT.
They respond to a variety of calls and only phone in police if needed. If we had that system here in Rochester, some say Prude would still be here.
We can guarantee that victims like Daniel Prude would still be alive after those mental health folks intervene.
Now, Shawnee Wilson of the Police Accountability Board says there is a lack of care management services here in Rochester, and that is one of the biggest contributors to the mental health crisis here at home. Adam, back to you.
All right, Christian, thank you.